the champion of the world, I was really happy, and I got caught up in the lifestyle, and and I regret that to this day. I still have that part in me that I regret it, and I let so many people down, and then when I lost it, I was depressed, I was mad, I was angry at myself, and I ended up gaining 310 pounds. I remember one day when I was so sad, and I just got tired of the way that I was living. I got tired of the way of, I was like a spaghetti boy. I was doing the same thing over and over and over again, and abusing stuff. And I just remember this one day that I got on my knees and I just started praying, and I was telling God, please God, help me make a change. I don't want to be the same person that I am right now, and I want to be better. I want to be a better person and better father, better son, a better fighter as well. And what do you know, the next day I end up feeling like all the addictions that I had, it went away. Everything went away. It was amazing, man. And I suggest everybody to do that. But anyways, throughout that day, I was thinking so clear, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna message Canelo, and I didn't think he was gonna answer, because I thought he was disappointed in me too, because I was disappointed, and I would have been disappointed in myself too if I was somebody else. And I was like, what the heck, man? So I messaged him and I told him, hey, Canelo, you think you could open the doors for me? Like, I'm tired of the way that I'm living. I'm tired of the way of the stuff that I'm doing. He was like, all right. He messaged me, and I was like, whoa, what the heck? So he messaged me back, and he told me that he was going to ask Eddie if he could open the doors for me. And what do you know? The week after, we ended up meeting up, and the first thing that Eddie told me was, look, Andy, we know what you got. We know that you have potential. But if you're going to come over here, I need you to be disciplined. I need you to give me 110%. I need you to work your ass off. And I told him, you know what, Eddie? I'll do whatever it is, man. I'll do whatever it takes.
Those are some words from Andy Ruiz. As you guys heard him say, and this is the first time that he's mentioned addiction. Okay? Bad habits, substances. Okay, these things were mentioned. When you mention those type things, that implies that Andy Ruiz was doing a lot more than drinking. Okay, so that, if you're doing certain stuff and you have to get on your knees and pray it off because these things happen, you need help. Andy Ruiz was asking God for help because of what was going on in his life. See, this whole time, I thought Andy Ruiz was just this fighter that rose to fame, got the opportunity, immobilized it, executed it, achieved it, and just kind of spent out of control as far as the stuff that he was doing just more of it. And on top of the new stuff that he was new to, but like most of the things that he did was kind of like slothfulness, laziness, gluttony, those things that he pretty much did anyway. That's what I thought Andy Ruiz was doing. Now listening to Andy Ruiz, him tell us, hey, yeah, I was actually doing substances and things that I was doing to myself. Okay, that's a totally different situation. That means Andy Ruiz spent out of control to the point he turned into a rock star. I mean, you're dealing with the Pauls, Logan and Jake Paul. You're hanging out with them, and you're doing this. You're going to these parties. You're getting invited to these places that you didn't go, and you weren't invited before. And then you're getting into this new crowd, this new circle of people that now you're considering your warm market, and you're getting comfortable with them. Since you're getting comfortable with them, you're doing the things that they do. And a lot of people like that live high on the hog, or, they dib and dabble in certain substances. Now, I don't know what that substance is. So I'm not going to sit here, and say or claim what I knew he had. But that man himself said it, because it had to be something. If it's that booger sugar, like Deontay Wilder says, that nose candy, that white girl, whatever you want to call it, right? Because it was something, I think he was doing a lot more than drinking Corona. People, you and then being the depressed part, that's another whole different issue. He went up to from 283 to 310 pounds. So you're like, okay, well, yeah, that's definitely, a sign of depression. And the more I hear of Andy Ruiz and the more he was talking, you know who he sounds like? Tyson Fury. Now you look at Andy Ruiz and see what he achieved. The only difference is Tyson Fury didn't take his L inside the ring. He took it outside the ring. Okay, because his life was spiraling out of control. Okay, and he had other obligations to do, and he couldn't handle it mentally, and he was because he was a mess. Okay, so I think that Andy Ruiz, yeah, he took an L in the ring, but I think the same effect happened before he lost to Anthony Joshua. The harm that the spiraling out of control had already started. So, that's exactly what happened to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko, upset Vladimir Klitschko, then in return, then started to either lose sense of desire or motivation, started taking substances. And this sounds exactly like it. And it's ironic because both of those guys were coming together at a rally or a press, not a press conference, but some type of rally to help people. Okay, so it was I think it was a Christian rally, I believe, if I want to say, if I can remember clearly, and they were preaching or telling people to get involved with Christ, and that's what they were doing, and that's what they had in common, because Andy Ruiz and Tyson Fury are both, God-filled men. Okay, like religion. I don't really like to use that a lot, but if you want to, okay, cool. But they both believe in God, and they make that known. Okay, just like Andy Ruiz. Hey, I need help, so I prayed to God. I just didn't know what type of help he needed. So that's the significant factor in that. And then see now if he had some type of addiction, right? You wonder like if this could happen again. Could this be a case of Andy Ruiz just, hey, we've seen him achieve something, and then when he achieved it, he really wasn't no motivation behind achieving that. It didn't spark anything. It was almost like, okay, I'm on top now. Okay, now it's time to slide down. Okay, and that's what I seen and witnessed about Andy Ruiz. So the question is, with all this stuff going on, what would ensure Andy Ruiz to stay at the top and stay fighting if he achieves what he achieved in 2019? So that's the question I have for you guys. You guys tell me what you think of Andy Ruiz admitting that he was taking substances and other things while he was depressed after the loss of Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.